Niggas say they mad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta.
I was asking you before your headphones went out. How do you feel, or do you have any feeling about the fact that both Drake and Cole during exchanges in the beef were basically lamenting to that Kendrick has a facade, that there's a facade with him, because both of them mentioned that like he's not who he acts like he is.
Yeah.
For his image. Because I was listening to 7 Minute Drill the other day, and I was like, because Cole seemed like I really think that Cole knew where he was about, where he had to take the battle. And I think that's, I mean, of course, everybody opinions as far as whatever, if he should have bowed out, if he should have never said nothing from the beginning, whatever, I'm off of that. I just feel like there's a clear, there was a moment where he realized where this had to go for it to be what it needed to be. And I think he was like, nah, I don't want to, because niggas, if niggas is friends, they know shit about each other. Hear me? We can hear you. Because if niggas is friends, they know shit about each other. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah,
if like me and you was to get into a beef, for us to take it where the culture need to take it, like, does that mean I have to like talk about shit that you told me in confidence? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. And I'm like, but anyways, the main point is like, he said it when he said your arm's too short to box with the God from a nigga that don't have to live his life with a constant facade or something like that. And I'm like, both him and Drake mentioned shit like Kendrick has to pretend to be who he is for his image.
Well, I mean, let me think about that, man. Because in my head, it's like they all have a facade to uphold. They all have an image to play. Like J. Cole has this whole like down to earth roots thing. Drake has this like flyboy gangster shit, and Kendrick has this activist shit. So they all got like a role. Everyone plays like a image or whatever. I feel like they probably just knew what was his sensitive point. They knew like his community means a lot to him. You know what I mean? It's like we gotta attack his vulnerability, and that would be his relation to Compton, and have people question, what have you really done for people? What have you really done for your area? What may be the case? So I just think it was just more of a weak point, and attacking a weak point more than anything.
Yeah. Because I was saying this the other day. Because I was listening back to like all of the tracks on the beef, and I know we talk about this shit a lot, but it's a really impactful moment in the history of hip hop, and it will be for a long time. But I was listening to all of the tracks again, and I realized that Euphoria was when I realized I didn't really know who Kendrick was. Like after when I listened to Euphoria, I think that was the moment I was like, oh shit, like I think I don't really know who Kendrick is, like, until now. I think now I'm understanding the full, like, and not just like on some rap shit, like I had him fucked up as a rapper, because he's a great rapper, always has been. Good Kid, Mad City is one of my favorite albums of all time. It's up there.
Fact.
But like his personality wise, I think came out a lot more in that, like his threshold to like be petty, and to talk shit and to say shit about people that was, you know what I'm saying? Not be peaceful, to be aggressive in the sense of like, because we've heard Control, but to me, Control always came off as like some like gimmicky shit to me. It came off as some rapper gimmicky, like, I'm gonna just diss everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because it came off as How to Rob to me.
Okay.
So
that's
until
Euphoria,
because even like that to me just said the nigga was upset, and he was just like, fuck these niggas. And it wasn't until Euphoria where I was like, oh no, Kendrick really has like a threshold for violence lyrically, like to really tear niggas down. So yeah, that Euphoria was yeah. But you saying you tried to tell niggas like you knew
Early.
Kendrick was capable of this massacre or
Yeah,
trying to
because I really like that nigga's music. Like as far as like listening, because I was one of the niggas I was competing against in my head. Like that's somebody I wanted to be better with when I was active. So, I just feel like niggas is cut from similar cloth, where they use a lot of abstract to make context to what they're saying to create entendres, and I feel like he does that too, right? And then so for me, it's like I know the niggas that could do that are usually the niggas that can like really like pen something that could really mess you up, like say something that you weren't expecting or saying something you weren't ready to combat type energy. But I just knew it wasn't. I wasn't gonna say I knew what was gonna happen, but I knew it was gonna be more than what people thought. I thought off top like y'all don't know what he about to do. Like if this is the best he's doing right now, it's gonna get ugly, is what I said. But what helped in that was that Drake also didn't give us anything to where in this battle he didn't give us anything to where he made it easy for us to say you got hurt, like you got cooked. Like he made it easy. He fell into every trap, took every misstep he could. But either way,
it was Braun.
with that being said,
Was it Miami in that first loss to San Antonio?
Dallas.
No. Oh, you think so? I feel like that first loss to Dallas was just not being ready. But that first loss to San Antonio was really like them falling into every single one of fucking Pop's traps.
No.
I just thought they was
wasn't ready.
outmatched.
He wasn't ready.
Oh,
I just
okay.
think he
So
came
you
in
think
there.
it's Dallas.
It's like it's this year. It's the Knicks and the Pacers. Like you thought you can still go in there playing 8 dudes and go in there and beat that team. Like the team just was just ready. Like you weren't prepared for the counters that they were gonna do. That's all. I think if he could go back and look at it from a different perspective, like, okay, this nigga has the ability to do this and that and this, and I respect it, as opposed to like, I'll step on this little nigga. Like, I don't care what he does. I'm Drake, nigga. Right? But if he comes with the perspective like how I think he would have if it was Cole, like I think if it was Cole, he would have took the right measures to make sure his pen was like ready to go for anything. But I think with Kendrick, he just didn't respect that nigga. Like, you're nice, you cool, I'll fuck with you, nigga. You cut from the same era I'm from, but I'm just better than you, nigga. Like you're not that. Like I'm 1, he's 2, you're 3.
I think that's a good point. I think that's a good point because it's even evident in Cole's disses. In Cole's diss, it was really it was a lot of terminology of he only got a hard verse every 30 months, and if he wasn't doing this, we won't be talking about him. And this shit would be like swatting a fly.
All facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, I don't know. What the original question, Karan, was how do you feel anything about the fact that both Cole and Drake were mentioning that possibly or allegedly that Kendrick has a facade, that he pretends that he's not who he pretends to be for his image?
I agree. I understand why they would say that, and they've been closer to him than I am. So, but I also feel like all rappers have characters of themselves that they make sure people see, versus who they might talk to when Kendrick called to check when Cole called to check on the kids type shit. So, you know what I'm saying? Like they closer to it than I am. I don't believe that any rapper outside of Kanye right now, I don't think any rapper showed you 100% of himself all the time. So
shouldn't either.
Well, it just depends on how you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like Kid Cudi shows 100% of himself. I think it works to his detriment. I think I do. I think it just worked to his detriment, right? And then you got guys like Puff, who's not a classic traditional rapper, who never showed you who he really was, and then he quote unquote got exposed. So you never really know. What I'll say to the wonderful points that y'all made is I don't know if I completely agree, but I'm just glad it happened the way it happened. It for somebody who thought hip hop was a little bit of a dying sport. I'm glad it happened the way it happened. I think y'all needed the villain, the quote unquote bad guy, to bleed a little bit or whatever. But it's 2025 and it's right back to status quo. So
yeah, that's another thing that I walked away with this battle from learning, outside of like, again, learning that Kendrick was way more layered than I thought he was. He was fun. He was funny. Like Euphoria told me that too, that this nigga can be funny on music. But the Crody shit was one of the funniest things I've ever heard in a battle. Like, yeah, walking away from this too. Yeah, it definitely told me that Drake is a bad guy. I didn't know that. Like, not a bad guy like a villain, but like like people in the industry don't like him. Like, he's really like highly unliked. That was one thing, and fans wise too. Like, oh wait, there's a lot of secret dislike for this guy, or hatred, whatever word you're choosing.
That's why I said the first year in Miami felt more natural for the Drake analogy. When everybody liked me and I'm handing out hits and I'm winning MVPs and it looks when I'm you know, it's culpable, it's palpable. Everybody likes, and I like to be liked. So both of those, I'll say that they like to be liked. Those are guys where, to Corey's point, I don't know if Kenny always showed that he liked to be liked. I don't know if he ever gave a fuck. Aubrey and LeBron liked to be liked. This was, oh, you want me to be the villain? All you niggas secretly don't like that none of y'all could guard me. All you niggas secretly don't like that your label calls Lucian to get my package so I could help you. Y'all don't like that? All right, watch this. And then he wiped his ass with 99% of the industry, with Kendrick being that 1%. And the difference in those where it splits is now the package is erased for all you niggas. So even for Wayne, he wouldn't, even for Wayne. So it's not, you niggas can't call me.
Well, neither one of them niggas have had a verse from each other on the album in years.
But only one has needed the other. Only one of them niggas need that connection. And his name is Dwayne.